Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Eleni. This channel is focused on the weeks that I am by myself. I am divorced and my children go up to their dads every other week. We have 50-50 custody, which seems to work out well for us. My children are all in their late teens. I've been divorced for 4 years, and I recently started this channel, to build a community and guess somewhat as a hobby, and get to know some other people that might be in the same situation that I am. I also started this channel because I wrote a book, and I've been having some trouble finding a literary agent. I think largely because I do not have a platform. A lot of literary agents want to see people that already have some sort of social media platform already established. I tried doing that on Substack, which did not work. I think largely because I'm unknown, and so majority of people on Substack seem to have already had platforms before they started on Substack. So this channel is dedicated to the weeks that I am by myself. Basically because I don't mind being by myself. I spend a lot of time by myself. But I thought there might be other people out there that might enjoy just seeing what life looks like when you're on your own. Since I have my boys, I really try to focus on just being mom. And so the weeks that I'm on my own are usually very busy, or depends on the situation. I am a person of habits and routine. So Monday nights typically are my cleaning reset day. Two of my boys like going back to their dads on Sunday, and one of my other son, I have 3 boys, he prefers to stay till Monday, so his dad picked him up this afternoon. School is officially out for the summer. I have one that's in college and one in junior high and one in high school. He'll actually be a senior in the fall. So this will be a new chapter with another child as a senior. So it's going to be an interesting year. But the boys are officially on summer break, which means I will not see them as often because I typically am the one that takes them to school. But since they're on summer break, I won't see them as often. I do an open door policy, so it's very possible they may just stop in. I've let them know like they can come down anytime. Ideally, if it's in the evenings, I prefer that they let me know, just for the fact I want to make sure I'm home. Some evenings I do have other activities, so if I know they're coming down, I'll try and make sure I'm here. So like I said, Mondays are normally a reset day. Tomorrow is going to be my upload and editing day. And I'm also going to check my email for the email I give for query letters for literary agents. I haven't checked that in a couple of weeks. And so Wednesday I had an opportunity to meet with a friend and go for a walk. Normally Wednesday nights I have community organizations that I'm part of that I go to the meetings, but my friend is available on Wednesday, so I'm going to head and meet her for a walk. And if she's okay with it, I am going to plan on filming. We're going to a really pretty park that has a walkway right by the river. So if she's okay with me filming, I'm going to go ahead and film. And then Thursday, I'm meeting up with another friend at a coffee house. I will not be filming that. Basically, because I'm meeting up with a friend I haven't seen in a year or two, and she is interested in a career change. So I was gonna meet up with her, and she wants to know more about my degree in the coding. She'd like to find a remote position. Thursday, that's a coffee. Friday and Saturday, one of those is going to be an editing day, and then the other night will be my Walmart shopping day. So I'll probably do some sort of Walmart haul. And then I also work my second job. On Saturday, I am a caregiver, private duty caregiver for a family in the area. I really enjoy working with them. They are some of the kindest people I've ever met. And then Sunday, I'm going to a birthday party for a friend of mine's grandson. And so I haven't seen her in a little while, so it'll be nice to see her and the family. And that will also be my oldies shopping day, since I will be in the same area as oldies. So I'm gonna try and get everything done at once. With the cost of gas, I've been trying to put everything together as I possibly can. But so that's my week. So I'll be trying to do some check-ins throughout the week, but this will be my main one. Wilma is really wanting to get outside on the balcony, so we'll see what happens. She likes sitting outside on the balcony and enjoying the weather. I have to sit out there with her because we have a bird's nest in a tote that's on my balcony, and although I have it kind of blocked off, I can't let her out there. She might figure out a way to get into the tote, and so we'll have to see. But I wanted to make sure I checked in, because on my last video I was explaining my desmoid tumor and how, I had that resected in 2008, 2009. And I was also explained that I was having an upcoming appointment with a surgeon because of my 4th hernia. So I saw the surgeon on Friday, the 29th of May, and he remembered me, which I was kind of surprised. The last time I saw him was in 2021, and at that time in 2021, he referred me to the Cleveland Clinic, where I saw Dr. Michael Rosen. He was one of the most renowned hernia specialists. He is no longer at the Cleveland Clinic. He has moved on to Northwestern. So I went and saw the surgeon who did my initial referral to him in 2021, and I was surprised to remember me right away, especially with the desmoid tumor and being referred to the Cleveland Clinic. He immediately remembered me, so I had a nice little chat with him. He's referring me out again. He is very capable of doing the surgery, but does not have the large facilities as the teaching hospitals do, nor does he have a dedicated team. He said he knew immediately that he made the right call for the Cleveland Clinic because in 2021, because he told me that Dr. Rosen had actually texted him and told him that my surgery is very difficult. I ended up finding out some complications from my 2021 surgery that I did not know about then. I think largely because in the past, when I had complications to my 2009 surgery, my mom and my then husband were with me, and so the surgeon explained the complications to them, and then they explained the complications to me. But in 2021, I went through that surgery by myself. I couldn't find anybody. I live in North Central Pennsylvania. For anybody, this is the first time you're watching my videos. So I traveled from North Central Pennsylvania to the Cleveland Clinic, and I went by Amtrak because I could not find anybody who was able to take me to the hospital for my surgery, nor pick me up. So I didn't have anybody with me during my surgery, which I think is why some things I just found out on Friday, because there was nobody to tell what happened. If they did contact my sister to let them know, let her know that I was out of surgery, but I don't know how much detail they went into because she never informed me anything. So I don't know. I don't know what was said. But I did find out that I am apparently a very complicated case, and they did do a colon resection when they did my surgery in 2021, which I did see that on my CT scan, but I had never been informed that they had resected part of my colon. They also apparently had removed my diaphragm in order to get to the hernia. And so, of course, they put everything back where it belongs. And, but I did find out that this current hernia number 4, excuse me. I did find out that hernia number 4 is actually, I knew it was up higher because I can feel it, but it's in the same area as where my ribs should be. I had 2 to 3 ribs resected in 2009 when they took out my desmoid tumor, because the tumor has a 50 to 70% chance of reoccurring, and so in order to increase the decrease the chance of it coming back, they removed some ribs to have clear margins. So this particular hernia is actually in the same area where my ribs should be, and that's why I'm feeling a lot of pressure. So surgery is definite, and it's going to happen. So he's referring me out again. My options were the Cleveland Clinic again, as even though Dr. Rosen has since left, he did have a surgeon that was training with him, who was his assistant, and she has a very good reputation for hernias, so that was an option to go back out there. And then my other option was to go back to UPenn, University of Pennsylvania Hospital in Philadelphia. He has a doctor that he has started referring to over the last couple of years, and he's very, he likes him a lot, and he recommends him often now. So I've had my first 2 tumor resections and my first 2 hernia repairs at the University of Pennsylvania Hospital. So I chose to go back to UPenn. The doctor he's referring me to is actually a partner of the doctor who did my second hernia repair. So I'm glad to go back with them. I had absolutely wonderful care. My only concern was insurance, because one of the reasons I stopped going to them for my surgeries was I had switched employers, and the insurance with the new employer was not going to be covered at UPenn. But the doctor had informed me that since he is the one referring me out, that there shouldn't be any issue with insurance and with the surgery being covered, because the insurance company that we have is very aware that he does not normally refer people out. He said that I am one of 3 patients that he has referred out of his hospital. So he said that insurance should not be an issue. As soon as they see his name on the referral, there should not be any issue about having everything covered. UPenn is also, depending on traffic, about an hour closer than Cleveland Clinic. So I'm hoping, since it is closer and still in Pennsylvania, that I shouldn't have an issue having somebody take me down and pick me up. My last surgery that was down there in 2020, a friend of mine took me down and stayed with me overnight, because it was in the middle of COVID, so I had to go down the night before and have my COVID test. So I should have an issue with finding someone to take me down and be there through my surgery. The last time I had surgery in 2020, my now ex-husband, then soon-to-be ex-husband, actually came down to pick me up with the boys, because I knew I wasn't going to see them in about a week or so. So they came down to pick me up. So that's another option. Because he was there for my earlier surgeries, he's familiar with the hospital. So if that's my only option, to have him pick me up, that's fine. Especially because he'll bring the boys. My oldest does drive now, but he's never driven in the city, so I would not even ask him to plan on coming down by himself. to pick me up or anything. So, but since it is within the states, I'm hoping it'll be a lot easier to find someone to go down. I made it through the surgery in 21 completely by myself, so I know I can do it again. But since it is closer, it would be nice to have someone go down with me. So, yeah, so that's basically where everything's at. I don't have any dates or anything at this point. I did ask for my aftercare summary from my appointment with the surgeon, and there's nothing on there about referrals. So I'm assuming at this point that they're going to contact me. If I don't hear from them in a week or two, I'll probably contact the surgeon's office directly and see if I'm responsible to do that referral. I did locate the doctor on the UPenn website. So I do have contact information if I do have to contact them directly. I have decided, since there is complications to my 2021 surgery that I did not know about, that I'm going to put in a record request and get my op record. Just kind of curious to see what happens, since I now know that there had been complications that I had not been informed about. They may have said something, but just coming out of anesthesia, I don't remember, and I'm pretty certain nothing was said at the hospital. I also did have a complication during my stay, where I had to have an additional CT and an additional drain placed in. So, I just want to request the records to get a better idea of what was going on. Just to give an update, I am a very complicated case, which I kind of knew. And then, so we'll go from there. But it definitely looks like I'm going to have surgery. When I talked to the surgeon's nurse before seeing the surgeon, she seemed to think that since I work from home, I could probably get by with just being off for 2 weeks. But that will rely on whatever the UPenn surgeon says. They may say longer. I know when I had my surgery in 2020, there ended up being an issue with my short-term disability. So I ended up begging to go back to work early. I think I went back in 4 weeks. So depending on what happens and what the surgeon says, I might be able to go back in 4 weeks. So since we are still on mandatory overtime, for those who may be the first time you watch this channel, I work as a medical coder from home. And so we are currently on mandatory overtime, largely because we switched to a different electronic health record. And so we are behind in trying to get everything completed and up to date. We started what they call Wave 1 in May of last year, and then they want to start Wave 2 in October. It was already delayed once. We were being told that there will not be another delay. So I'm hoping, since I know I definitely need to have surgery, short-term disability, I know I got it once before with this company in 2021, but it's only 60% of my pay, and I would not be able to do my second job. So I'm hoping with the mandatory overtime to try and work as many hours as I can. We are required to do a minimum of 4 hours. We are allowed to go up to, I think, 20 hours a week. I will not be doing 20, but trying to get some extra hours as much as possible. I did an hour and a half today. Tomorrow I do have an appointment, so I will only be able to do maybe a half hour. But hoping that with the extra overtime to start putting some money aside and help with any time I may be able to be off. I do have to use my PTO before short-term disability starts. So all that will really depend on when the surgery date and things. But if I can start saving up some extra money, I do have a high yield savings account, so I can start putting some money in there to get somewhat of a buffer, so when I am off, things won't be as tight. I'm really concerned about rent and groceries for the most part. The other bills I can probably call and explain the situation. I know my one loan payment, I bought an extra plan. I forget what they call it. I think it's called a gap plan if something happens. So I've been paying extra for that on my loan payment. So that might be something I can look into more once I get more details. So my main thing right now is getting enough money saved back so I know I can pay my rent, and I know I can get groceries for my kids, because they will still be going back and forth once I'm home recovering. I'm really hoping this may be the last hernia repair, just for the fact that I'm with the divorce final and having my own place. I won't have to come back to a trashed house and being expected to get everything clean and orderly. I can get everything cleaned before my surgery, and there won't be anybody else here. So I will need to find somebody to watch my cat for me, but we'll cover all those details as the time comes. But I guess, like I said, I just wanted to check in and give an update on what's going on. I will be checking in periodically throughout the week, and I'm going to go for a walk because it seems to be a really nice day, and I didn't get to go for a walk on the lunch break. So I'm going to do that, and then I know my cat is looking forward to going outside on the balcony for a little bit. And then I'll be doing my typical Monday night, the day the boys have gone back to their dad, reset. That kind of helps get the week on my own started. I don't, like I said, I don't mind being by myself. I'm content with my own company. I do miss the laughter. My one son also snores, so I even miss the snoring. It's just quiet. Sometimes a little too quiet, and if I don't have anything set up throughout the week, then I may not even talk to anybody all week. So, which is another reason for this channel, is just to have somebody to talk to, even though I can't really see anyone. So I am just checking in for today, and I'll check back with you for the rest of the week. Thank you. Goodbye. Hi. I was just about to check my email that I have just for my query letters. I haven't checked it in about a month. Life has just been really busy. I hadn't sent any query letters out since about April. So I'm not expecting anything. A lot of the literary agents I've contacted thus far have not contacted me back directly. I've only heard directly from a handful. Usually they tell you on their website if you don't hear from them in 8 weeks or so that they're not interested. So I sent quite a few letters out, but I'm working on building this channel, and then I do want to revamp my query letter another time and add in that I started a YouTube channel, and also add in a couple other notes about my book. I forgot to add in my query letter, I do have a section just for pastors and explaining just how a lot of their teachings make women susceptible to abuse, especially in the evangelical church. And so I want to add that in, and then start hopefully sending out query letters again, maybe July or August, and just see how things go. with working full-time still, it's rough trying to find time for everything. So gonna focus on this channel for probably this summer, and then start once I get to the point where I can edit in a timely manner and start getting videos out on a more regular basis, then I'll be able to focus back on getting queer letters out again. I watched a woman the other day who said that she's to the point where she can edit in about 2 hours, so I would love to get to that. I have one video that is ready to be uploaded. I tried uploading it last week and I kept getting errors, so I need to do some troubleshooting. I did buy myself an external hard drive to see if maybe that would help in getting things uploaded and going from there. So I'm just about to check my Queer Letter email, like I said. And then I am filming and editing on my phone, so I won't be able to do as much as I like with filming because I need to use my phone. I have about a computer, it's about 3 or 4 years old, and unfortunately it's very slow. I hope you all had a good Tuesday. What was fun and exciting today? Anything fun and exciting? Today I met for the second time with my health coach. My health insurance plan is offering free health coaching. So I did another half-hour session, and she sent me some information on weight loss and nutrition, so I'm going to go ahead and go over that. I tried using Chronometer for tracking, but there's a lot of ads. If anybody that's watching this tracks your food, if you don't mind telling me if you use app or what app you are using, I am open to trying other things. My health coach did recommend MyFitnessPal, so I did download that, and I'm going to see if that works. There seems to be a picture option, which would be very helpful. I'm trying to just use the free versions if I can, just as everything's so expensive right now. So this is finally loading, so we'll see. I got on my Gmail early, so I wouldn't have to wait too long, but I needed to switch accounts. If any of you have written a book and either published or self-published, if you wouldn't mind telling me your story, that would be wonderful. I've been looking for about a year for a literary agent, and I'm not having a lot of luck. So I'm hoping with working on building a channel and a community that would help me a lot. I'm not going to give up. I've been working on this for 5 years. Initially I was going to self-publish, and like I said in an earlier video, that ended up not working out. I really don't have the funds to do it properly, so I decided to go the regular publishing route. Oh, it finally uploaded, and there's nothing, just an email of a newsletter I subscribe to, so nothing yet, but I hope to add this in as a regular part of my videos. I really just want to share this journey with you as I'm trying to build a community and a platform and show literary agents that I'm willing to do whatever I need to do to get this book published and find a literary agent. I am very much an introvert, but I think my story would be helpful for others. I know of other authors who have written books that are similar, but those authors also say that continue to tell your story, because even though they already have books and articles and are well known, that your story might um, be helpful to somebody else more than what their story would be. So that's what I'm going to do. And so thank you for coming along on this journey. And this is the Tuesday night check-in. Tomorrow I am walking with my friends, and I'm going to check with her tonight to see it's okay to film. I have a mount for my phone that I can just put on like a vest. So I'll be filming our walk, of course. I'll be taking out all the audio because I haven't seen her in a couple of weeks and we have a lot to catch up on. But I do plan on filming. I also finally got myself a car mount, so I'll be able to film in my car. I did some door dashing over the winter, and that would have been really nice to have. Between the overtime with the full-time job and my second job, I do not have to door dash, so I am really appreciative of that. Although I do enjoy watching people's videos. But yeah, so nothing yet, just a newsletter, and so I hope you all had a good Tuesday, and I'll check back in with you tomorrow. Thank you. Have a good night. Dollar Tree haul. I wanted to share that with you. I put some things in cold bags because I knew I wasn't going to be getting home right away. So we got the typical Sunday evening frozen pizzas. My youngest shared with me that he does not like the turkey burgers, so I decided to go ahead and get these beef burgers. We'll have them as a meal, and then there should be extra left over for them to make for their lunches throughout the week. Got 2 blocks of mozzarella cheese to shred for homemade pizza. And they had hot dogs on sale, so I got 2 packs. One is Ballpark, and the other is Oscar Mayer. Boys like having popsicles during the summer, so I got some Philly Swirl. These are one of their favorites. And I got some fudge bars. Three ground turkeys from Tacos, Sloppy Joe's. And then I follow a channel called the Keto Twins, and they had tried a bunch of frozen meals, and this one was one of the ones that they really liked. It's the Kevin's Thai style coconut chicken. This will work well for my lunch tomorrow, working my second job. I think that is all the frozen. Maybe not, I'm not sure. Croutons and bacon bits for salad. I'm going to be in Williamsport on Sunday for a birthday party, and so we're planning on going to Aldi, so I'll be getting my produce there. Excuse me. You have to. And your boys like these noodles, so I got another box. I still have chicken ones from the last time. Some hamburger buns. and eggs. My boys seem to be getting tired of some of the snacks, so I decided to change things up a little bit. So I got these caramel rice cakes. Thought I'd try this protein oatmeal for my breakfast for Saturday and Sunday. This is the maple brown sugar and chocolate chip by the Kodiak brand. That's the tea for the boys to drink. And I like the Olipop, but they don't have them at a reasonable price in the box at Walmart. So I just got one single, and it's the classic grape. I've never had this one. Some hand soap refill and more bird seed. I'm completely out. The squirrels and the birds have gone through it. They have a larger bag, but it's $20. It's not in the budget right now. They had these Tony's chocolate lonely on clearance for $3.50. The boys and I had these earlier this year through a Thrive order, and $3.50 is a really good price, so I picked up two. Cat treat. Flavored water packets for the boys. I usually get Element electrolytes, but I thought I'd try these Ultima ones. You get 2 more packets for about the same price. This is the tropical variety pack. And then I had bought some gluten-free flour a few weeks ago, and so I got some semi-sweet no sugar added chocolate chips to make some gluten-free cookies. Cat food for the kitties. I've been fasting a bit more lately, and bone broth is really good during your fast and also to help break your fast. So I got 2 of the Better Goods brand. It's organic chicken bone broth and beef bone broth. My younger boys like the monsters. I got them each of this punk punch. I'm not sure if they've had either one of them have had this kind yet. colors. It's a peach raspberry dazzler. I'm gonna give it a try. It comes in a pack of 6. Got these garden veggie straws. Again, just something a little different than I normally buy. Taco packet for tacos. I bought this shirt a few weeks ago and it got stained already, so they have them on sale. So I picked up another one, same color. I really like this style. If they would have had it in red, I would have picked one of those up too. Got some more vitamins, pads, and then I got some of these plates. I had them at 50 cents each. So blue, green, red. Just something to have. The boys don't always like using my bigger size plates, so this would be good for the summer. On to Dollar General. Walmart was out of their Walmart brand of hot dog buns, so I got hot dog buns at Dollar General. And I bought another thing of hamburger buns, just in case. I like the Dollar General brand of paper towels, so I got some of those. I was out of bathroom cleaner, so I just picked up one of their dollar cleaners from the dollar aisle. Needed a new phone charger. I use Earth Breeze for our laundry, but I really like the scent of Gain, so I got a small bottle to use mainly on bedding and towels. And then my boys like having mint every now and then, so I bought some of these. I got a tea for my oldest. He's not a big soda drinker. He doesn't like anything that's because I'll find it up. I can't think of the word right now. Carbonated. He doesn't like anything carbonated. And I saw these at Walmart, and I texted my boys to see if they would like them for their lunches since they're home from school. And I didn't hear back from them until I was at Dollar General, so I went ahead and picked up these. And Walmart had them for $1 less. But it'd be something different for them to have for their lunches. that's the last of Dollar General. Dollar Tree. We like these cheese balls from the Dollar Tree. I actually found them in a different aisle, so we didn't have to climb shelves to get them. I saved my receipts to use them on Fetch for Fetch rewards. I haven't turned any points in yet, but you get like gift cards and things. There's a channel I had followed in the past that said that they use their points for gift cards for Christmas, so I thought that would be a good idea. So I try and put them up there and then get them scanned in. I can't wait too long though, because you can only scan them in for the first 14 days after you buy your items. And so I had a few that I couldn't even use the last time I scanned them in because I didn't get them scanned in early enough. So Sunday is one of my friend's grandson's birthday. He is her only grandson. He is turning 3. So I got his gift at the Dollar Tree. I had forgotten to look at Walmart when I was there, so I decided just to pick up some items for him. They didn't have a lot of large bags, so I got one of these. It's not quite for a 3-year-old, but it'll have to do. And one of these foam gliders. I'm not sure how well it works. My boys had these when they were little. I just thought it'd be something fun for him to play with. And then I got some swim goggles. A rake. A shovel. He's going to need to get help from Mom and Dad for this, but this is one of those water spurters. Bubbles. A little motorboat. He's having a Paw Patrol party, so I found a Paw Patrol balloon. And another. Got a bucket. One of these. I think it's a water ball. High bounce ball. More mint in the mint jar. More pizza sauce. I follow a channel called Life Unfiltered. She does a lot of grocery hauls of discount stores and things. And she said her family really likes the Ragu pizza one from Dollar Tree. So we got some a few weeks ago. They really liked it, so I went and got another one. I think it's like $1.25 or $1.50. And then this was something that they had on the end cap. Thought it'd be something fun to have as a snack. So it's a strawberry mist soft baked cookie mix. And then on the back they recommend pairing it with a frosting. So I got the Pillsbury frosting. I'm not a big store-bought frosting person, but I thought it'd be worth a try. I prefer to make my own frosting, but sometimes it's nice just to have something on hand. And then body wash for the boys. They like this brand. They like having baby wipes around. You never know when you might need them. And then soap. Looks like the birthday card got bent a little bit. Little 3-year-old birthday card. And facial cleanser. I like the Dermasil brand. It works really well. And that's everything. So yesterday I met with my friend. I hadn't seen her in about 2 years. And it was a lot of fun catching up with her. There was a lot going on the last time I saw her, so it was nice to get caught up and find out how she's doing. And I had meant to take some pictures at the coffee house and insert them in here in the video, and then I realized after I got home that I never took the pictures. So it was a good time. I was glad to see her, and I think we're going to try and get together again, and hopefully it won't be as long from the last time. And then tomorrow I'm working my second job. I'm a caregiver for a family in the area. I'm only working 2 shifts this month just because we're on mandatory overtime. And then tomorrow evening, I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing. One of my best friends has contacted me, so we're either going to go for a hike or there was an event she was looking at that's about an hour away that we might do. So I told her just to let me know because I really didn't have major plans. Nothing I can't shift around. So that was the 2-week grocery haul. Tomorrow I'm hoping to hit up to the local grocery stores and see what meat they have on sale. And then like I said, on Sunday I'll be going to Aldi's and filling in the rest. I've been trying to keep an eye on what I spend a little bit more this week because I didn't get as much overtime on this last pay just because with the holiday with Memorial Day, and then I had taken PTO a day, so I didn't get overtime for that second week. But it was nice having a day off, and that was the day of my appointment. And then one of the things I noticed on my pay stub is we have a program that we're participating in. It's a health program, and so if you keep up with letting them know what you're doing, you can earn PTO time. So I attached my walking app to the my work app where we have to put our points in on, and so I was able to connect the two of those. So I noticed on my pay stub I actually got 4 hours of PTO from that program, so I didn't have to use a full 8. So that was nice. So sometimes it's good to participate in some of your work programs. So that's the haul for tonight. I'm going to try and film tomorrow, and then I'm not going to be able to film on Sunday just because with the birthday party, and then when I get back from the party, the boys should be here. So I hope you all have a good week, and I will hop on tomorrow. Have a good night. Thank you for watching. Hi, I hope you had a good Saturday. Today is Saturday, June 6th. Just wanted to come on and close out the video. I did not go out with my friend today. There was a potential of one of her family members coming to visit, and that family member was able to come and visit, so she canceled, which actually worked out well because I had a whole list of things that needed completed before the boys come tomorrow. I have everything done except for cleaning the kitchen, so I'm going to do that next. But I wanted to come on and close out the video. Thank you so much for watching. If this is something that you enjoy watching and you want to come along on the adventure, I'm sorry. I didn't even get the tripod out this time. So if it's something that you would enjoy watching and come along for the adventure, if you would please push the subscribe button and the like button also, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good night.